Hey everyone, this week I'll be showing you guys my digital art process for Rossdraws to draw this in your style submission with Miracle. So for this draw this in your style, I got my inspiration once again off Pinterest, and what I really wanted to draw, or a pose and some clothing that I really liked with her white and blue color scheme, is an oversized sweater with a white tennis skirt. And so I found a pose of a girl like standing by the sea on Pinterest, and I decided to use that as my reference. So those are the basic shapes that I currently have here, and the first thing I did was my more like older style of drawing basic shapes, and on top of that I found a newer style, so I drew it on top just to make sure my guidelines would be correct, and they did. So here I also added the basic flow of what I wanted the hair to look like, and right after that I started going right into the details. So for this piece I actually want to talk about how if you're drawing something and you feel like you are forcing yourself to complete this project, do not follow through with it. My original pose that I wanted to do for this, draw this in your style, was like a girl with her hand on her waist and kind of like blocking, or using her hand to block the sun. And I tried that. I tried out drawing the basic shapes here. Not that I couldn't do the pose, but it just didn't feel, I didn't feel like I wanted to continue with it with Miracle, the character, in this pose and in the sweater and tennis skirt outfit. And after a couple days, I realized, hey, you know what? I'm not going to continue with this, because if I do, I'm never going to be happy with the outcome, and I'm going to spend so much time nitpicking on things that usually I wouldn't have issues with. So make sure to always pick, or not always pick, but always to continue or look at your drawing and say, hey, do I like this? If you don't like it, do not be afraid to restart or to find some new inspiration in even a completely different pose, just because it'll help you a lot more to enjoy the art process, and that's what we all should be doing. If you're doing art as a hobby like me, or even as a job or studying it for school, if you don't enjoy doing the piece, try and switch to something else where you can actually enjoy that experience. So currently I am doing a more detailed and refined sketch before I go into the line art of the piece. So I know what I want the line art to be for. If there's too many lines, it's kind of hard to see where I want the line art to be. And here I made some adjustments to the oversized sweater. Originally I wanted it to be sticking out because that's like the normal, like if you search up tennis skirt outfit, that's kind of how it looks like. But in the reference photo, it was like a blouse tucked into a skirt, so I decided, hey, why not try and follow that style? But that didn't end up looking right, so I reverted back to my old idea, which, just like I was saying before, it was a lot better and something I enjoyed doing a lot more, so I was happy with that and continued on with it. And with the final sketch complete, I am moving into the line art. So this was a pretty quick process as my lines were pretty clean, were just super good sign, and I moved straight into the background. So originally on Ross's photo, it's like the three girls are in like a night sky. So I went with that dark blue to white kind of ombre going up with the diagonals. However, that kind of clashed too much with Miracle's colors, as her main colors are sky blue and white. So I decided to change it back to orange. I decided to change it to orange and pink. And then here we can see that I went back to the blacks and blues just because I was like, hey, maybe I can give it a try and see how that would look. And yeah, after that I decided, yeah, nope, that's not going to work. The colors are clashing way too much. So I decided to stick with this background. Um, so after doing the base colors and the shading, I decided to go with the hair. I shaded the hair a bit differently with this piece. Instead of like blocks of color, they look more like strands, and I really like how that turned out. I'm hoping I can incorporate that into my future pieces somehow. But I don't know if you guys have ever had that experience where you do one thing and you try to incorporate it into something else and it's like, hey, I completely forgot how to do that. So one main reason I avoid drawing females is because I can't seem to figure out the chest area, how to draw it, the anatomy and physics of it, and how to color in the lighting and shading for it. But for this piece, I'm actually really surprised with how it turned out. I think it turned out amazing. You guys can let me know how to improve if you'd like to drop that in the comments below. I added an extra color dodge layer, which is perfect fit as this is Ross's color dodge princess, and that's just for more lighting on the brighter parts, especially on the hair and the sweater. And I added a dark blue on the rim of her skirt because I noticed that detail in Ross's original photo. Changed the background a bit to have like more matchy colors with her. Added a color dodge symbol on like the chest area where like sometimes you could have like a little logo there. And originally added like a shooting star or a wishing star in the background, but at the end I decided to change it to like a cluster of galaxies kind of in the back. Change the background once more just to see what I would like in more darker and lighter parts, and with that, I'm done.